Hello and welcome to the Pirate King Plays Genshin Impact. I am joined today by my partner here. Introduce my name or your screen name?
You do my name.
Grace, aka Lovely Pop. Hopefully you can hear her just fine. I'd say where last we left our heroes, but I honestly don't remember what the last bit of story was for this game. But there is new content for Genshin Impact, and that's why we're here now. Let me just try and clear this first. Yeah. Bits. Already done these. This is our new stuff. We'll be starting up with Nahida's story quest, I believe. Hopefully that will take us to this new part of the map, which I've not been to yet because I've been waiting to do it on stream. To point out where it is, it's all the way up here. Apparently you have to go quite a bit into it to open up the actual map. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, Grace here has never seen Genshin Impact before, so I will be answering any questions that happen to pop up. Now, L2, there we go. Sipentia Oro Mas. Where did they get these things? Alright. Nahida's story quest. Homecoming. For context for you, there's 7, I believe, archons in this world. Pretty much gods. Each has their own. The one who rules over this city is the Dendro archon, which the Traveler is set to that at the moment. So. Yeah, stuff like that. Wait, the entrance is. Oh, going out there. Okay. But yeah, so this has to do with the Dendro archon. We've met a few times, and in fact, I do actually have her. Things you collect characters from, like, crops and whatnot. These 4 are my main party, but she's also real good to fight as, and then everyone else I've like barely leveled up for the most part. It's 4 at a time. You can switch using the direction. Here she is. There's Nahida. Thousands of years old, but looks like a child. Go figure. Still don't know why they chose that. I guess we're supposed to be walking into the city? Yeah. It started in the city, so...
Hey! Isn't that Nahida? Nahida! Paimon didn't think we'd run into you here! Oh, hey there. It's been a while, hasn't it? What have you two been up to?
Same old adventuring and stuff.
Seems like you've been enjoying yourselves. How about you? What are you up to now? I'm just looking out for some leads while getting some fresh air. I noticed that I have some blurry memories after saving Irmin's soul. I almost feel like there's still something extremely important I need to do. But I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, what it is you used to...
What is that?
Sister, I guess, that erased her existence so you could continue.
Oh.
Yeah. Irminsul is like the, how do I describe this? The center of all knowledge. And yeah. Nahida here is also known as Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Okay.
And there was Greater Lord Ruka Devada, who looked identical to her, and apparently in past sacrificed herself in order to save the civilization from a calamity that was happening, and reconstituted herself as Lesser Lord Kusanali. No one really understood that. The history was changed here and there so that the general population didn't understand what was going on. And in order to make everything work correctly, we had to go in and help the Greater Lord, or the remainder of her consciousness, erase her from history. So everyone thought it was always Lesser Lord Kusanagi. She always existed.
Oh.
Yeah. And apparently she's noticing that memories were changed. We're the only one who remembers because we're not of this world. But she's noticing now, and I'm real curious where this is going. Ooh, the effects of Remnants.
Don't worry, we'll help you remember.
Feel free to fill us in. Maybe I can help.
Thank you so much. Since you're willing to help, I have something I'd like to show you. Ooh, it's beautiful. It looks like it's filled with some kind of power. I found it in the sanctuary of Suristana, but I have no recollection of it whatsoever. It's filled with pure elemental power that is quite similar to mine, but yet it's also a little different. It's very likely that it's connected to my foggy memory, but I can't figure out what it is.
So this is bringing up some weird memories unrelated to the game. And I can tell this for Stream. Stream hasn't heard me talk about it before. Back in high school, when I was 15, I attempted to write a novel. I say attempted because I never finished it. And I was writing on pencil and paper, this thing, and eventually decided to try typing it up. But it had to do with superpowers at one point, and we were going through a bunch of trials collecting superpowers. The first for everyone was super strength. The second one was flight, and that looked different for everyone. The third was going to be, I never actually got to this point, was going to be an elemental power. My power was going to be fire. And then anyone who made it to the last round was going to get a unique power. And my unique power was going to be crystal creation and control. Have you ever seen Ben 10?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You know the diamond head? The crystal guy? That sort of thing. Like making it and throwing around crystals.
Yeah.
And I had an idea to combine that and the firepower. Make like a spiked hollow ball of crystal, put some fire inside, toss it into. And look what we have here. A crystal with fire inside.
That is pretty cool.
So I'm like, oh shit.
Please stole your idea.
Oh please. It's been I'm sure it's been done before. Alright, back to this. It's most likely something that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata left behind. But what's with her fucking memory?
Traveler, do you have any ideas?
I don't know, but it's very concerning. Also, a lot of these choices we have, it's an emotional choice. It doesn't actually make any difference. And he's actually saying it.
Well, yeah, it does.
You know, Nahida, we just happen to be going on an adventure right now. If we find anything, we'll be sure to let you know right away. Thanks,
What are we doing?
I didn't mean to trouble you again.
Ah, please.
Don't mention it. Besides, it seems you've got a lot on your mind and we'd like to help.
Excuse me? Did you just try and speak?
Hey, get out! You shouldn't be around here! I'm sorry, Lesser Lord Kusanagi. Fungi don't usually come near this place. Last warning!
Usually
Get out
mindless
before
enemies.
I kick you out, you hear?
Hang on. I think it's trying to tell us something.
But Great Dendro Archon, it's a monster!
Please, don't worry. I think I understand. Seems that it wants us to follow it. You can understand it? Even though different creatures have varying habits and ways of communicating, the emotions we experience are all the same. I can feel its anxiety and fear. It's in dire need of our help. Well, fungi are kinda cute, but...
We do have two that are pets.
Oh.
This, which means Stream didn't see it, but there was a whole thing about battling fungi.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, specifically we have a Hydro one like this one called Bongo Head. Bongo Head is a really nice fungus, you know.
That's true. Okay, let's go take a look. All right, lead the way, little fungus. Although they all look about the same, Some fungi are friendly, while others are super aggressive and attack anyone they see. It can't be helped. Perhaps in their eyes, humans are like fierce monsters as well. After all, they can't distinguish which human behaviors are hostile or not, and it'd already be too late for them once humans have drawn their weapons. Hence why they tend to strike first, rather than waiting. That's not too
Slower than our running speed, but faster
think
than
sometimes. That's what I meant by shared emotions. It appears it was in a hurry because of this unconscious fungus. Seems like they might be family. So maybe this fungus wanted to bring Nahida here to help its family member. Probably. Although fungi are simple creatures, they're very sensitive to elemental power. Maybe it noticed me on my way back and thought I'd be able to help. I'll take a look. I should be able to help if it's just a common illness. What is it, Nahida? Strange. Very strange. This fungus didn't develop from a spore. It's an elemental life form. Huh? An elemental life form? Yes.
Bring into existence?
Although the fungi you normally see are capable of using elemental powers, they're merely borrowing elemental power from nature around them. As for this fungus, it has elemental power flowing through it. Definitely not anything like your typical fungus.
So you're saying it only looks like a fungus?
Exactly. This is very interesting. I've never seen anything like it. So this is a first even for Nahida. But that's not all. There's a large void within its elemental power. The void is stopping the elemental power from flowing normally, which must be why it fainted. So do you think it'll wake up if we can fill the void? Yes, and I just so happen to be good at this sort of thing. I'll see what I can do right away.
She can sort of read minds and also read people's emotions, but doesn't know how to understand her own emotions. Yeah.
My power was compatible. Looks like everything is fine now.
Lord of Dendro? Is it really the Lord of Dendro? Oh, I can't believe the Lord of Dendro saved me. Thank you, as well as the stranger and creature next to you.
Ah! It can talk?
Oh, I didn't expect such a strange creature to make a sound like that. Seems I'm just as shocked as you are.
What? Of course Paimon can talk. Paimon isn't a strange creature. Paimon's just... Paimon!
Realize you still have not answered what you are.
I am not yet able to evaluate an organism's intelligence from its appearance. I will only know you are able to speak once you have spoken.
Oh, well, no need to take it seriously. It's no big deal. But does Paimon really look so dumb that people might think Paimon doesn't know how to talk?
I mean,
No!
I'd say no because you are humanoid.
The outfit is pretty sophisticated.
However,
I mean...
once you do speak, there's a very good chance they won't think you're very intelligent. Like, Paimon is only tolerable when she's written well. There have been many storylines when she is not. So most everyone who plays the game has come to the consensus she is just as annoying as Navi was in
Oh
Ocarina
no,
of Time.
I kind of have a soft spot for Navi, but
Yeah.
Nahida's voice sounds similar to Paimon's though too. It's not that far off. So like...
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're different voice actors. But, there's no need to start worrying about that all of a sudden.
You misunderstand, Paimon. A mouth is used for eating, breathing, and other functions that are more important than speaking. So a creature may not speak, even if it has a mouth. I've never seen a creature like you before, so I dared not make the assumption that you could speak. Even if you do possess a number of human traits, it is still very common for creatures to have similar external forms but completely different interiors, just like fungi and slimes.
Did this fungus study at the academia? It seems even more talkative than Paimon.
You're
You're
very talkative.
not a fungus, are you?
That's correct. This might be surprising to you, and I'm sure that you must have questions. Let's find somewhere else to talk. It might startle my fellow family members if I speak too much using this strange voice.
Ah,
Me, 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 me. It says that it's very thankful for your help.
it's been staying with these fungi. Observing. Probably gonna
I was confident that I knew of all the creatures in Teyvat. Even if there are ones I've never seen with my own eyes, I thought I possessed all the relevant knowledge about them. However, even if I were to lay out the traits of all elemental life forms, you don't seem to match any of them. What are you? And where did you come from?
I come from an ancient race. We have existed for a very long time, possibly longer than any records in existence. My home was filled with flowing water and great mountains. Lush grass covered the land, and my family and I lived in bliss and happiness. Until the apocalypse came and changed my home forever.
I was gonna say, you can say it louder.
Consumed all there was. The seeds of catastrophe nested and grew inside of us, twisting and warping us, causing us to lose control. We were victims of the apocalypse, yet in time, we also became the apocalypse itself.
Okay.
Don't look at me.
Apocalypse? I'm not sure what it means either. It sounds like some kind of old fable.
It's a long and complicated story. It will take me some time to explain it clearly.
Don't worry, we'll listen.
Are you really
Please
gonna explain the
continue.
whole thing?
I was lucky and managed to survive. Afterward, I left with some of my family and came to Sumeru to search for a way to rescue my homeland. We came in contact with many species and learned from their cultures and knowledge, hoping to understand the truth behind the apocalypse. We later found out that humans know the power of the apocalypse and refer to it as forbidden knowledge.
Okay.
Is this related to what you said?
Yeah. This was from one of the previous story missions. We learned of the forbidden knowledge that pretty much destroyed the past civilization, and in order to get rid of it entirely, we needed to get rid of anyone who had come to know forbidden knowledge, which included Greater Lord Rukadavada, which is why she had to go in order for it not to come back. And I'm curious now because, to my memory, we're the only one who know about it. So the fact that this elemental being knows about it might be an issue. Forbidden knowledge.
Your home was destroyed by forbidden knowledge? Does that mean you're from the
Okay,
desert?
no, they do still know what it is. Okay. We can
It
know
said
of it.
that
We
they
don't
are
know.
looking for a way to save their homeland, but the catastrophe of the desert should have ended a long time ago.
The Lord of Dendro is correct. We are not from the desert. I would very much like to tell you the location of my homeland, but unfortunately, I've forgotten. That may sound a little odd, as it is very important to both me and my family.
Yes, how could you forget?
I am a life form that was contaminated by the apocalypse. A part of my knowledge and memory was taken away as the contamination inside of me was purged.
Ah, I get it now. So the void of elemental power was left behind from when the forbidden knowledge was purged. I'm sorry. I hadn't considered that kind of possibility.
That's okay. Lord of Dendro, there is no need to apologize. Without your help, I would have lost more than just my knowledge and memory. And not only did you save me, but you've also already rid the world of the remaining forbidden knowledge, right?
That's right. The forbidden knowledge is no more, and your homeland should be safe now.
My home should be safe now. We can go home. For the longest time, this moment has only seemed like a dream. I never knew it would become a reality so quickly. I was unable to fulfill our calling. I never found a way to save my homeland, and I have even forgotten where it is.
It's not your fault. You've already done everything you can. Every species paid a grave price in the fight against forbidden knowledge. This is not a responsibility you should carry on your own. You mentioned that there were other survivors besides yourself. Where are they? Maybe they'll remember.
The apocalypse put us through immense pain. Many of my family members have already met their end. I'm not sure who else is still alive.
Don't worry, I should be able to find them. Just leave it to me. I'll leave the rainforest to the Aranara. And as for the city, there are a few nice kids that should be willing to help. Oh yeah, they'll
Alright, let's
give
go
us a
try and
hand.
find the elemental beings.
Give
Send
me a
out the
moment.
children.
I'll contact them right now. That should do it.
I'm guessing that was kind
It may take some time to find them, so let's wait for a bit.
Thank you, Lord
They're-
of Dendro.
They're pretty
We all
smart.
believe that you will keep your promises. The moment I saw you when I awoke, I had a feeling you were here because of the agreement.
Hmm? Agreement?
You might not remember, but this is a prophecy that we deeply believe in. That the Lord of Dendro will bring us home once the catastrophe comes to an end.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry. There are also some blurry segments in my memory as well. But I'm very concerned about your homeland. This is something I should help with. It's really no trouble to me at all.
Would you all be willing to come with me somewhere as we wait? The more family members that can return home with me, the better.
But didn't you say that you don't know where they are?
Yes, but I know their end. I will explain it to you along the way.
Please do, so we're not just standing around
know.
and talking more. Homecoming started. Place where the end awaits. That's ominous. Oh, it's right across the way. Yeah, it's ominous. Oh, it's over there. Guess we got close enough.
There's something that I'm very concerned about.
You're talking about that crystal with the fuzzy memories.
Yes. I didn't mention it just now, but do you remember when I told you that the power in the crystal is very similar to mine, yet also different? The elemental power inside the crystal is completely identical to that of the fungus. What?
There's a connection between the crystal and the fungus.
Exactly. The prophecy that it mentioned was probably an agreement that I made with an elemental life form that once represented its race. I had to deal with the forbidden knowledge to save their homeland. The process, however, took away some of my memories. That sequence of events would explain the persistent feeling that I had unfinished business.
Makes
Okay.
sense. Too bad it's unable to tell us more.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of a place that fits the description of its homeland, but I'm unable to come up with anything.
Did it give you a description? Guess we'll just continue investigating.
Agreed. I really want to send them home, so they won't have to wander around anymore.
Oh, we're following.
The road here is a little rough. I'll lead the way.
Rough by the
Don't
fact that there
worry,
are air mates
Paimon
here
can
who won't
handle
kill us.
any road! Ah! Enemies! You're up, traveler!
You are not welcome here. Need.
Amazing. With such skills, you all would have definitely been able to find a way to survive the apocalypse.
Hey! Paimon has been meaning to ask. You all didn't originally look like this, did you?
No, we didn't. The appearance of our kind will change according to the environment. After communicating with various living organisms in Sumeru, we discovered that fungi are the life form most adapted to live in these lands. Thus, we gradually took the form of fungi and became a part of their group.
It's hard to believe that's even possible.
The most important instinct any life form possesses is adapting to the environment. I don't think that should surprise you, Paimon. Your hand is shaped like that for a reason, so you are able to grip and use tools more easily. The reason why fungi absorb elemental power is to
I know.
blend
Theory
with
of
the
evolution.
environment and fend off natural predators. We are dendro life forms, one of the most ancient life forms in this land. That is why we are so
Earth
adaptable.
elementals. Pretty cool.
So you mean, if Paimon wanted to, Paimon could change into a different form as well?
Not as freely, I'm afraid. You would require a long time to make that happen. Although this is common sense to us, it is still extremely difficult to explain. Putting it as simply as possible, changing form requires energy, and energy comes with time. You cannot make a sprout grow into a giant tree instantly, nor can you force a tree to bear fruit overnight.
I see. Humans have a term for this. It's called growth.
Really? That's
You're so
no, no, no.
smart,
The,
Nikita! Paimon gets it now!
the term in this case is actually evolution. They're talking about the theory of evolution. This is one of those things like they start explaining something like it's matter of fact, like that's actually wrong. That sometimes like okay, that's how it works in this world, but in this case, that is not. No. Seems like it's pretty good at coming up with metaphors as well.
Growth. I see. Yes, then this is what you would call growth. A most beautiful word. I shall enjoy it more as we walk.
Please, let's move. That's a lot of what
How much farther is
cutscenes
it?
are. Is this is standing a lot around and
We're
talking
about halfway there.
until it
You're
gets.
doing great, Paimon.
It does.
Do you need me to carry you on my back?
Huh? Oh no, Paimon was just curious. Paimon isn't that tired.
You seem to enjoy
No,
taking care of
that's an
others.
item actually. It was
Oh,
actually a
You
gin and
think so? Does
But
the
the
Lord
gin
of
is left, so
Dendro
it's just-
need to be carried?
That would be awkward, wouldn't it? Why don't you fly up and sit on top of my head?
We can figure out who will carry who later. We have monsters here.
There's a lot of interesting things you can do with elemental attacks and whatnot in this game. I honestly prefer just hitting things until they're dead.
I think we may have a different understanding of carrying someone. No matter whether it's tired or not, my child is always happy when I put it on my back and give it a ride.
Child? You mean the fungi we ran into earlier?
Yes, one was my friend, and the other was my child.
Why can't your kid speak?
Because it's just a fungus. I don't want my presence to change or affect the original state of the fungi species here. However, it is slightly different from an ordinary fungus, It seems to understand some human language, so I gave it a name.
Oh, then it must be a really cute name. You know, like Bongo Head.
You have an odd taste for names.
Huh? Paimon thinks that name is great.
Strange and cute at the same time. It's a name only Paimon would be able to come up with.
That's right.
The name I came up with was not as creative as Paimon's. I learned it from an adventurer. Its name is... I'm sorry, but I've forgotten.
No!
Seems
What?
like I've forgotten many important things.
Yeah, but for the... Did the erasing of the knowledge inside you that we just filled in, did that happen just now? Is that what happened? That would... Alright, don't worry. You can try and remember it on the way.
Yes, I must remember it before I return. It's just as important as my homeland. Yes, this way. We're almost there.
Tony the fungus. Yeah, I know that.
I mean, it's not any worse than
Yeah.
Bongo Head.
Yeah,
Let's see
right.
though.
Wait, hold on. What? We dealt with all of this already.
The Withering.
The withering should be gone.
Yes, I have heard humans also call it that before. It's the last form we take when we are at the end of our life.
What?
Paimon doesn't understand.
It's trying to say that when they've suffered enough and reached the end of their life, they become a tumor of the withering.
Yes, I would have also suffered the same fate if it wasn't for the Lord of Dendro's help.
So, this is how the Withering is formed?
Previous research has
Huh.
revealed that forbidden knowledge is the root cause of the withering. But even
with
if
all
forbidden knowledge has been
withering.
completely removed, its influence still remains, which is why the withering remains even after forbidden knowledge has disappeared. They've been tormented by forbidden knowledge for a long time. It's understandable that they will eventually become the withering. But what a
It was
sad
an-
and pitiful end.
Yeah, what it is an excuse for them to still have had withering spots in the world even after you finish the storyline,
Yeah.
because you hadn't gone out and cleared them out yet.
When I left my homeland, flowers like these filled the fields. Each bloom represented an individual life. They grew in the pristine lakes, in the fertile soil, in my home, and in the homes of my friends. They grew everywhere, until the world suddenly lost all its color and became tainted and murky. But it's all right. Our life essence, elemental power, still resides in this flower. After an adventurer clears the withering, I will quietly draw near the area. If I can sense the elemental power of my companions, then I take them with me.
But that would mean the effects of forbidden knowledge could have...
It's okay. That's not important anymore. I just hope that they can all make it back home. It's not right to leave them to simply perish in the open like this. Now that we finally have the chance to return home, each one I manage to bring back will make me that much happier.
I understand. Just leave it to us.
Got this. Forbidden knowledge, after all.
So you're worried about me? It's fine. Forbidden knowledge doesn't exist anymore. It's natural to want to be overcautious when dealing with a highly venomous snake, but when all that's left is its skeleton, there's nothing to worry about.
If you say so.
Paimon doesn't get what you two are talking about, but we're all ready to go now, right? Then let's do this! We've dealt with the Withering countless times already.
Is it going to give me Nahida as a guest character? It does. We... In order to shoot out these green things, you need to, Oh, shit! Battle time. Need to hit him with the. You need to hit a charged attack. Which is why I've been doing it that way. He is not one for fighting, so I'll still use her since she's a guest. That's a normal attack. This is a charge attack. Oh, hi, right. Boss at the end. Forgot about that.
Everyone hold hands.
Fire, we gotta get her. And then there's that.
I'll protect us.
As I expected, it's the last of my kind that I'm aware of. So it wasn't able to make it to the end. If only it could have held on just a little longer.
I hope that you will be free of this pain after returning home.
Just thinking about how many elemental life forms have turned into tumors of the withering makes Paimon sad.
It's okay. As long as elemental power still exists, then we will still be around. An external form is but a gift of time. Through growth comes change, and even abandonment of previous forms. However, our true nature is not so easily affected.
It wouldn't have come to this if we were able to cure them earlier. But I will cure all of them. Even if it's just for the sake of the rainforest and all the life forms that live in it.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. It was a wise choice for us to place our trust in you and wait.
Hold on. I think I got something. Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. Thank you so much.
The actual-
They found a
didn't say
fungus that
the
matches the description I gave them.
It's originally in
It's
Chinese.
currently unconscious.
It must be in a similar situation as I was. We should hurry and go take a look.
Okay, follow me.
Sometimes there's this awkward pause at the end. It most often happens with Paimon fires, I found. I don't know why. What is this? Ah, that's farther away than I thought. Fast travel. Oh,
We're close now.
I think I'd have to get to
It's
the
just
point.
a little
just
further
in
inside.
the area.
But there are so many fungi here. They're probably all ordinary fungi, right?
If we startle them, we won't be able to avoid a fight.
Yeah, they won't be happy to see us.
No fighting. These are all its family. Although we belong to different species, we've spent a long time living among the fungi. They are very important to us. They can be reasonable, as long as we try to communicate.
What should we do? You're the only one who can make it through, right? But you'll need Nahita's power if you want to save that fungus.
I've got an idea. Can you teach me how to change into a fungus?
What?
You want to transform into a fungus? But we don't have time for growth.
Nahita is a god. Changing into a fungus should be a piece of cake for her.
Even gods can't bend the laws of time so easily.
Then we'll have to enter with the risk of being noticed. We may not be able to avoid a fight. But if spending some of my power will guarantee the safety of you and its family, then I'm willing to try.
All right. You have great elemental power, so you may be able to do it. You will have to use power equal to that which is required to break through the limitations of time. I will lend you the relevant knowledge that I have. It should make your transformation process a little easier.
Alright, I'm ready. Changing into a fungus should be quite an interesting experience.
Lord of Dendro, this is nothing to joke about. I am extremely serious about this.
As am I. I'm not joking at all.
Alright! Let's not get hung up here. If it's really possible to turn into a fungus, then why don't we give it a try now?
Okay. Good luck, Lord of Dendro.
Cutscene, or just do it.
You know what?
You really
Okay.
turned into
Why
a
not?
fungus!
So, how's it feel?
It's actually not too bad. My perspective in this form isn't much different from usual. The unconscious fungus is just below here. Can you all help me determine which one it is?
Oh, how do
Surprised you
you
went
do
to a
that?
blue one, but I guess it's good.
I'll get close to them while you make your way over from above. You should be able to identify them using elemental sight since they're elemental life
All
forms.
different elements.
Then, all you have to do is repeat the correct answer in your mind. As long as I'm able to see you, then I'll be able to hear your answer.
Okay, got it.
You have to do the
Let me
conversation?
lure away the fungi up top and make way for you.
Alright,
Hold
good
on.
luck, Nahida. Let's go, Traveler.
I mean, it's true that she's not very good at talking to people for the most part, so that might be what's going on. Where are we going? Oh, are we being her? Or, no. Okay, I can't control at the moment. From her perspective.
There's a fungus on patrol in the center there. It looks pretty vigilant, so I'd better go around it.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh dear. Or not?
It seems they didn't notice me. It seems that fungus won't be moving for the moment. I should hurry and make my way through.
Okay. So this is the kind of thing we're doing. We did something similar in a previous story quest. Which, but we were able to control them in that case.
This is the spot. There are several fungi here. I'll hide and wait for the traveler to catch up.
Oh. Approach from the other side. Activate elemental sight. Oh, here. Oh, I see.
So this is the one. Understood.
Yeah, it's the one that's knocked out on the ground. Did you need elemental sight to see that? Seeing their companion regain consciousness nearby, lower their guard.
Nahida? What's wrong?
I never knew that it was so tiring to change forms like that. I even used the techniques that it taught me. Seems like its warnings were not unfounded.
The power of time accumulates slowly and goes unnoticed. A great price is to be paid if you wish to perform drastic changes instantly. Thank you for everything you've done. All seems to have gone according to plan. Now, we simply wait for it to wake up.
Who are you? I apologize. Language is not easy. Need long time.
It's okay, I have good news. Let me explain it to you the fungi way.
while later...
Apocalypse ended? Go home now?
Yes. Unfortunately, I've forgotten where home is. I was hoping you still remembered.
I remember.
Yay!
That's great!
I was worried we'd have to do this again.
Dendro Dragon.
Dendro Dragon?
Dendro Dragon. Ah, yes! The Dendro Dragon! I'm sorry, I just got so excited. I've probably never expressed such emotions before. But yes, our home is the Dendro Dragon.
Oh, wait a minute. Paimon's confused. Do you mean the Dendro Dragon as in an elemental dragon? Like Dvalin?
Yes, they're both dragons, but Apep, the Dendro Dragon, has been around for longer and has accumulated dense elemental power. But I don't quite understand. Why would you say that your homeland is a dragon?
Because we live inside the Dendro Dragon.
Interesting. Huh.
The Dendro Dragon. Inside. Very big. Mountains. Water. Trees. Us.
There is an entire world inside the Dendro Dragon's body.
Say that.
The
They're explaining.
Dendro Dragon nurtured the earliest life forms and protected us inside of itself. It once told us in a majestic voice that once we finally matured, we'd be able to start life in a new world. However, that day never came. Our homeland was the greatest place there ever was before the apocalypse arrived.
Paimon's still confused.
It's like Dendro slimes giving birth to smaller slimes? Oh, come on. Really? It's easier to understand than that. It's as if the dragon had a world inside itself, like a fucking TARDIS. That makes sense, right? Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Oh no.
Yeah. But if the apocalypse came there, I wonder what condition the dragon's in.
Yes, a very good example. It appears that you're much smarter than Paimon.
True.
The only difference is that the Dendro Dragon is much, much larger than any Dendro slime.
Wait, then if that's the case, doesn't that imply that Apep has also been contaminated by forbidden knowledge?
Yes, that is correct. What has suddenly made you look so worried, Lord of Dendro? I haven't seen this expression on you before.
Apep is the most adaptable life form in the world. The forbidden knowledge should have become a part of its body a long time ago. Which means that if all the forbidden knowledge has been eliminated,
then a big void will also form inside the dragon.
I'm afraid so. Its body and soul have probably been in terrible shape for some time now. No wonder I haven't seen
dragon.
Apep for so long. But how did it get contaminated? Was it due to the destruction of King Deshret's civilization? But anyway, Apep disappeared and has been gone ever since that time. It's been enduring unimaginable pain all the while. It's probably in pain as we speak.
So saving the Dendro Dragon is the important thing you need to do?
Yes! How could I have forgotten?
Well,
If the
it's left
Dendro
with the
Dragon
forbidden
fails
knowledge.
to hang on, the elemental power inside it will no longer be able to maintain its form, and will all be dispersed. Dendro elemental power of that concentration will cause the rainforest to overgrow. Giant trees will completely block out the sun. Plants and humans will fight over oxygen. Sumeru will no longer be suitable for sustaining life.
Nita, get a hold of yourself.
Hey, what about the crystal? Why don't you show it to them and see if they know anything about it?
Yes, I'm sorry. You're right. We don't have time to panic. Have you two ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Its power feels very familiar. Like something from our homeland, but I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, our memories aren't very reliable.
It's okay. I'll contact my helpers just as I did before and see if they can locate your other family members. I'm counting on you all. Your info is crucial to us now.
Or just holding a hand out and waiting.
Let's wait for their reply again, though I know waiting can feel unbearable at a time like this.
Thank you. Family bringing fruit.
I explained to them that you aren't hostile. After seeing you save it, its family is very grateful to you.
Go home. Leave. Hard decision. Don't know. They are weak. I worry. If waiting, then I hope.
Don't worry. I understand what you are trying to say. Family is very important to us, no matter when we were actually family. It has done a lot to protect this territory and can't help but worry now that it's about to leave. Can you do one last thing for it while we wait?
Of course, I can relate to how it's feeling. I need to organize my thoughts as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Tend soil. Food. Don't like plant invasion.
There are two things that it wants you to do. One is to look after the land that the food is grown in, and the other is to drive away the plants that are trying to invade the area.
Soil. There. First. Seed. Here.
Paimon understood that. No need to translate. We'll take care of it right away.
Hey. Oh, we can still talk to it.
Thank you so much for your willingness to help. In the meantime, I'd like to tell it the things we experienced on the way here. Sharing knowledge is a habit of ours.
Okay. Well, no. It says help tend to the farmland. But okay. Can I take these now? I'm gonna take these. No, it's just up there. Oh yeah, we were never really given a reason to go explore in this direction. Oh, there seems to be a little farm over here. Oh, and water it. Oh.
We planted all the seeds. It's time to handle the invading plant life.
What? I mean, conceptually that makes sense. What am I looking for, though? Over here? Out of the circle that's telling us to investigate.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
And we've reached the edge of the map. Oh, it's up here. Sweet flowers. Oh, fuck.
Wildflowers! It wasn't kidding when it said plants were invading! him. That wasn't too tough.
Nahida, you feeling better?
Yeah, I've calmed down now. But it doesn't seem like there's too much we can do until we receive some new leads.
Can you tell us about the Dendro Dragon? We don't know anything about it. Who is it? And what does it have to do with King Deshret?
Well, the history of dragons starts from the very beginning of Tevat. Sumeru was Apep's territory. In those days, the lush rainforest covered the entire nation.
Oh, so there was no desert back then?
Not at first. That came when a giant spike fell from the sky, turning a huge section of the rainforest into sand. In an attempt to adapt to its new environment, Apep changed color from the emerald green of the forest to the yellow of the sand.
No wonder those two elemental life forms are always talking about the importance of adapting.
Apep has always seen itself as the master of Sumeru and has refused to recognize the new order that was established. Even now, it probably still holds great hostility toward the gods. However, powerless against the power in the sky, and then the forbidden knowledge many millennia later, it's been unable to stir up any trouble.
I thought gods and dragons were on good terms.
Conflicts between the two sides are destined to continue until a balance can be found. As far as I know, Apep had been slumbering in the desert, and King Deshret had taken a great interest in it. Maybe this is why Apep was contaminated. I'm not sure what may have led it to become involved, but rescuing it is definitely our top priority right now. The crystal that I have in my possession is probably the key that links the two matters together.
Oh yeah, that's Barbara's move. It's heal over a few times. If I'm in battle and I activate that and attack something as Barbara, each hit heals everyone. But outside of battle, it's good for just a heal at a time without using
Thank
items.
you, Lord of Dendro. Family happy.
You really like them, don't you?
Family like. Do you not like your family?
That's not what Paimon meant. It's just that you guys aren't actually the same species.
Does that matter? Family likes me. I like family.
Paimon doesn't quite understand.
What it's trying to say is that as long as family members get along well, then nothing else matters. You place importance on appearances, but we do not. We find the experiences, knowledge, and connections we've made to be more important. These are all things that are more reliable than mere external appearances. These are the fruits of time, and the essence of what it means to grow.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Looks can always change, so what's inside of us is more important.
What if Paimon's
Yeah.
looks changed?
Paimon would still follow you around. Wait, would you not be able to recognize Paimon?
Understood. Thank you. Still nothing new from the forest. Seems like we won't be able to find your other family members for now. It appears we are out of leads to follow, and if no one knows how this crystal works, then Apep may be in danger.
Sorry.
It's okay, it isn't your fault. I don't think it's a coincidence that neither of you can remember anything about the crystal. Maybe it's because the crystal has a very close connection to forbidden knowledge, which causes memories of it to be unclear. And if that's the case, finding the other fungi still wouldn't help us at all.
The crystal and the apocalypse. The apocalypse and memories. Lord of Dendro, do you still remember the prophecy?
I do. What about it?
The prophecy is a story that connects events of the past and the future. A family member once said that the apocalypse is a part of us, and that there is value in preserving it. The rest of the family did not approve of its opinion at the time, so it left.
Preserving the apocalypse? Do you mean that there's still some that hasn't been eliminated?
That's not very likely. The power of Irminsul covers every inch of the land. Did the prophecy say where that family member went?
To the limitless depths east of Sumeru. A murky place that no one can return from.
The chasm.
Yeah, that must be the chasm, right? But what is it doing there?
It's impossible to preserve forbidden knowledge, but what if it can be converted to a different form? I'm sorry if I'm suddenly not making any sense. However, I do think it's possible. Follow me. I'll explain it once we find that elemental life form.
Reach the destination. Right, because it's in the chasm. Which is a different map. The deepest parts. So, I should also mention, she mentioned a spike falling from the heavens that turned the place into a desert. We keep finding these spikes. Not entirely sure yet, hasn't been answered, but there is a spike that fell at the, see the Skyfrost nail? That's what it is. We ended up kind of raising it out of the top of the mountain here, which cleared away the storm. And then we could climb to the top of it. It's pretty cool, honestly. But we found another one in the chasm, down here specifically. It is right here. So that might be what we're going for. Yeah, big ol' underground cave system. I don't remember how much of this place I did on stream, because it may have had a non-spoken storyline that I may have skipped some of. Yeah, see, that's
So that elemental life form came all the way here on its own and spent a long time by itself?
the item on this.
Wouldn't it already have become the Withering like the others?
Yeah.
There is a chance that it could avoid that end, using the power of something here. I'm referring to what was used to fight against the Abyss. It once repaired the rifts of Teyvat long ago. It has the ability to purify and stabilize powers that shouldn't exist in Teyvat. Forbidden knowledge that its light has shone upon is kept here forever in a different form.
You mean the oozing filth?
Yep. It's just like soap bubbles that rise to the water surface.
Another strange metaphor, but Paimon somehow gets this one.
What the Lord of Dendro means is that the apocalypse was altered by the power of the giant spike and hidden within the oozing filth.
Yes, and it shouldn't be far from
Okay.
here. Let's go and take a look.
No, it doesn't sound great. Item that we need for down here, which we may not need in this particular area, is lumen sword. See? Lights up. You can also use it to clear these in film. But yeah, it lights up around us, so it's much easier to see. This sort of thing. Fill those, you see those? Those are how many charges it has. I went through a lot of stuff to level it's each time you use it uses one. Oh right, this is one of the scanning devices. Yeah, the using filth also powers up. It's like the fun guy there.
Look, it's over there. Looks like we'll have to clear out the oozing filth in this area. You two should be able to take care of it,
Fun
right?
guy.
Yep, we know what to do. We'll just use the lumen stone on the oozing concretion.
Not entirely difficult to fight, but this particular enemy does damage to the entire party.
Oh, we finally managed to rescue it.
It should be the life form from the prophecy.
That light.
Wait, something dark is coming out. Something's not right.
Everyone back up.
What's going on? Didn't Nahida say it was purified?
Maybe it's because such a long amount of time has passed. Although the power of the oozing filth is more stable than that
Guys,
of
it's
the
happening right now. Should we be
Apocalypse,
talking?
it is still a form of dangerous power. It might have lost its mind after being soaked in it for such a long time.
Oh no. But we still have tons of questions we need to ask.
I should be able to purge it with my elemental power.
Wait, don't do it. It's definitely connected to forbidden knowledge.
But this is our only chance.
I said no, and I mean it. Okay. We can't go through that again.
Traveler.
I'm sorry. I'm anxious.
It's okay. I trust your judgment. I was being a little hasty myself. Let's see if we can think of another way.
What about the crystal?
Oh yeah. You said that the elemental power in the crystal was identical to theirs.
You want to use its power, but
The Lord of Dendro seems hesitant. I too would advise caution. It's risky to use its power without fully understanding its intended use.
Don't understand. This no good, that no good. Save life. Important.
Yes, I understand, but this is our only chance to return home. We cannot afford to be careless.
it's okay. There's no need to argue. I'll think of something to do about the elemental power that will be used. How about this? Traveler, you could try using it. I understand that you have an amazing resistance to forbidden knowledge.
Sure thing.
Don't overdo it, Traveler. Paimon will be worried.
Lord of Dendro.
Yep.
And you others. How long have I been waiting here?
Yay! Looks like it worked!
The Lord of Dendro, here in person. Does that mean the apocalypse has come to an end?
These guys have more of a
Wait,
face than I
did
thought.
you get smaller again?
I'm sorry. That portion of my memory is highly unreliable at the moment. I can't seem to remember who you are.
That sounds about right. After all, the purpose of my existence is precisely for those unreliable memories you speak of. You once said that the apocalypse will be completely eradicated, and that relevant memories will become unstable. Even you couldn't promise that you'd remember our agreement after those events take place.
Oh, good.
However,
You planned
you
for
are
this.
definitely someone who stays true to your word. My sacrifice is nothing compared to your resolve.
You and I made the agreement?
Yes, you used your power to protect me. That is the reason why I was able to survive here. To be honest, I'm nearing my end. I had thought I'd be stronger than this.
No one can withstand the power of the apocalypse.
In order to preserve a somewhat stable memory, I had to change the power of the apocalypse into a different form. Only the giant spike that fell from the sky was capable of doing something like that. But the moment I chose to go through with it, is the moment I lost my chance of being rescued by the Lord of Dendro. But enough about me. Lord of Dendro, let's get to the important matter at hand. As you can see, I won't last much longer.
I understand, and I'm sorry, but... Can you please tell me what this is?
This is a fire seed. It's an essential item for saving the Dendro Dragon. Thankfully, it appears to be in good condition. The Lord of Dendro and our people created this item together. It mimics how the Dendro Dragon's Heart of Oasis operates. The Dendro Dragon has been tormented by the apocalypse for far too long. It too is nearing the end of its power. However, if you are able to reactivate its Heart of Oasis using the Fire Seed, then the Dendro Dragon will begin to recover. And as a result, our homeland will return to the way it once was.
Oh, so the Heart of Oasis is a pet source of power.
No wonder the crystal was able to heal this fungus just now. That's what it's used for.
What? You used the Fire Seed to save me?
Why? What's wrong?
That's... never mind. It's not your fault. You didn't know. The Fire Seed contains a high concentration of elemental power inside of it. It's very powerful, yet fragile at the same time. It is not stable in its current form. To prevent any accidents, please don't use it again.
Since I am its creator, I will take responsibility for it. I assure you there's no need to worry.
All right. Aside from being able to heal the Dendro Dragon, the Fire Seed can also resonate with the Heart of Oasis. In other words, you'll be able to find the Dendro Dragon by following the guidance of the Fire Seed.
So, without knowing, we used something that it could have broken when we healed this guy. It's like, oh yeah, don't do that again. I'm glad it didn't break, but yeah, thanks for saving me, but don't do that again. Just use it for what it's intended to. More important people, not me.
But you should hurry. There is little time to waste.
What about you?
Forget about me. You should hurry home now.
Everyone is returning home, including you.
As I told you, I've already lost my chance to be saved by the Lord of Dendro. Lord of Dendro, I thank you for coming to find me, and for being willing to save the Dendro Dragon. Our past has been saved, and our future has been ensured. It's enough for me, just knowing that they will return home.
Hey, wait! It turned into oozing filth.
Can you use the Lumen Stone once more? I can still feel its elemental power. Please, of all of us, it deserves the chance to return home the most.
And nothing. Oh, I see. Covered elemental essence.
This is a small ball of light that it left behind.
I can feel it. I can feel its knowledge and emotions. It has all returned to its original elemental form and is becoming one with the other family members. Do not be sad, my friends. Its wish has come true, and it's very happy right now.
Because its external form doesn't matter, right?
Yes, because our external form does not matter, and our home has been saved. There is nothing more important than being together with family.
Let's go!
Home.
Let's go.
Let the show begin.
Making Mario jokes as we saw the Mario movie yesterday. Honestly, really good. Really enjoyable. Oh, oh. Oh, are we finally gonna start going to the new map section? Once we unlock that map, I can explore it in my own time for finding chests and whatnot.
It's not much further. Follow me. We're close now.
I'll protect us.
Oh, we're going this way. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Also, switch off the lumen stone. Can't be used up here.
I can feel its power lingering and shifting around us. Sometimes it feels distant, but other times it seems close. This is its way of warning us. It has already noticed our presence.
We won't be able to see anything if we keep going that way.
Whenever a cutscene like this comes up,
Look,
it's
something's over there.
you understand like why this game is so good. It's like, oh, they actually know what they're doing. Okay, hello.
That's a
Is that why I haven't been able to go into the sandstorm? Has that been you this whole time?
We found it. A pep, the Dendro Dragon.
I knew it would be big, but not that big.
Puny god, puny human, leave my domain. Frail life forms like you cannot survive in the endless sands of the desert.
I mean, I got a gin bottle to help
A
protect
pep,
me.
we're here to save you.
I do not need saving, especially not by you, brewer. You are no
Dragons are-
different from Amun. Both of you have only existed for a fraction of what you know as time. Yet you call yourselves lords of this land by leaning on the heavens' glow. You're better off paying attention to your path ahead, as you will fall where you've fallen before.
I know that you hate both gods and humans, but you've grown too weak now. Can't you let go of your hatred, even for only a moment?
Let go. For only a moment. Foolish Boor. You will find no gratefulness from me, even if you heal me. You will only be reviving the dragon that will destroy Sumeru and the Seven Nations.
No, you're ill, that's all.
That I am. Time will bring death to all. It's unavoidable. Although I am gravely ill, my mind remains clear. I am different from the ancient dragons that came to terms with you.
There's no need for this. There's no point in fighting. What we need is the truth.
The truth. The shackles that the God of Wisdom cannot escape from. I have paid dearly for the truth, and you shall do the same soon enough.
Hey, don't leave!
Careful, something's coming.
Ah, what is that?
Oh, those are
I've
new.
never seen that before.
It's our family.
Huh?
The
They're your
elemental
family
beings
too?
used to look like.
But they don't look anything like fungi.
External form not important. Inner nature say.
The composition of their elemental power is identical to ours. In other words, they're residents of our homeland.
Is this what they've become after experiencing the apocalypse?
This is also a form of adaptation, although a most gruesome and pitiful one. Many of our family members never made it out of the Dendro Dragon. They've gradually taken this form in order to survive the apocalypse.
Is there any way to avoid fighting them?
Hey, can you guys
is a no. They're not responding.
They've given it their all just to survive.
They're being drawn by the fire seed. Only its power can temporarily free them from their pain. All that remains are the instincts to survive and search for energy needed to do so. Everything else has been discarded in the process of adaptation.
So this is the result of forbidden knowledge.
Would our world become the same if forbidden knowledge was allowed to rampage across Tevat? Like fish struggling on land, unable to find a single puddle of fresh water in the entire world.
Oh, we're gonna play now. We can talk about this later. Let's deal with them first.
Yes, but please try to be gentle with them. They are not evil in nature. All they want to do is survive.
Yeah. I have
Thinks
to
they
Luke at
used
level
up all
80.
their strength.
For,
They don't seem
him and the
aggressive
Traveler.
anymore.
And I think one other.
They want to go home.
Yes, it was never their intention to leave the Dendro Dragon.
Is there a way to make them revert
What
to
here?
their elemental form? Years of torment is what turned them into their current state. Their external form has become their shackles. It seems only the Fire Seed or Apep's Heart of Oasis can save them. But it'll be risky if we use the Fire Seed again.
Correct. We cannot use the fire seed again.
Everyone goes home, not just us.
This is becoming quite the dilemma.
I mean, obviously we gotta find the Heart of Oasis.
Let me think for a second.
I mean, we found the Eternal Oasis, but not
It's
the
fine.
Heart of Oasis.
Let's use the power of the Fire Seed. I can't bear leaving them in the desert like this.
But
Don't worry, the decision is on me. I'll take responsibility for whatever happens.
yeah, but that's not. We don't need someone to take responsibility. We need a Fire Seed that exists, so we can use it for its
won't
intended
require much
purpose.
elemental power. I'm just worried that it'll become unstable. But as long as I use my elemental power to stabilize it a little, it shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you. Sorry. Stubborn.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro.
Returning home is the most important thing to you. I've come to understand that during our travels. I'm not doing this just to protect you, but also because I hope to use you and your experience and try speaking to a Apep again. After all, that giant Dendro dragon is also your family. Maybe it would listen.
I will stand with you, Lord of Dendro. I will never forget your kindness.
Yes!
Thank
Still
you.
having difficulty with speech, I see.
Alright, here it goes.
Yes.
Family. We will all be able to go home soon.
It's
I
the
don't love
voice
it.
they chose for this.
Whoa. It's shining now.
Okay,
Oh,
it's getting bigger.
Endless
I'm
amounts of
lying.
knowledge and emotions are moving inside of me. They're all very excited. To imagine such growth could be achieved in such a short period of time.
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Change from a floating
Yes,
hydro to a
finally.
grounded hydro.
We can go home.
This is the last part. Let's go.
Let's dance.
Where are we going? Ooh, over there, I see. Oh. Fireflower. I have to put it out You don't want them to start attacking during the cutscene. That's happened before. I've
Oh,
lost
really?
characters that way. Oh, no cutscene. We just gotta keep going. Yeah, it's always annoying when that happens. No, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
When we're being attacked an entire cutscene and we get back and because those are like, oh man, well you tried your best. Right, I remember this place. We could go here before, but if I ever tried walking towards that light, it would tell me it was the end of the map.
Is huge.
Like, okay, it looks real fucking cool. What do we do with it? Now we know what to do with it. Can't go any further.
Yeah. Who knows what's inside that cave?
Our goal is not only to find the dragon, but to also enter the world inside of it. That will be impossible if we can't get it to cooperate with us.
But how are we gonna do that? It doesn't seem to want to help at all.
I'll see what I can do. Pep, I know we don't see eye to eye, and that we have a very different understanding of the world and its orders. However, we are both born of elemental power, and both suffered the torment of forbidden knowledge. We are not that different. And right now, we share a common enemy. We should not let our differences get in the way.
Wonder if the Dendro Dragon's even willing to listen.
I don't care about what you believe in, who you hate, or what you've done in the name of hatred. Nor do I expect you to be grateful. I'm here to save both you and your people. My people. They've been searching for a way to save you ever since they left their homeland. They yearn for a chance to return home. And now that everything is over, all the hatred that you harbor has lost its meaning. Rather than continuing to fight, you should consider the life you've produced.
Void. Yeah, I'm like, is the dragon even here? We're just talking to the void here?
Your
Yeah.
eagerness to survive means that you haven't given up on that world yet. If you claim to know so much more than I, then why don't you truly think about why you want to survive? And why you're so vengeful?
Reflection?
Void. Still no good.
Paimon is getting scented!
Hurry, grab onto me!
Please keep everyone safe. And send us to the homeland.
We're about to find out.
Nahida, where are we? Huh? And what about the Traveler? Where'd he go?
I was only able to ensure that we made it here safely. It's possible we arrived at different locations.
Okay.
Well, then let's go have a look up ahead. Paimon's feeling really worried.
Are we stuck
Yeah,
as
let's
Nahida for
go.
now? I'm okay with that.
I wouldn't worry too much. The Traveler's no pushover.
This is true.
Paimon
Channel
knows
the
that.
aspect of everyone I've ever
It's
met.
just that Paimon isn't used to not having the Traveler around.
Yeah.
Let's
Stick
hurry.
to me,
He
like-
might be just up ahead.
That's a good metaphor. Yep, we're only Nahida. We have no menu, no anything. Oh wow, all right. Only control motion and camera.
Oh no.
What's that?
Through some sort of barrier.
That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed, and it'll restore a pep with elemental power. The damage it suffered internally will also slowly begin to heal.
Then let's hurry and light it! We still need to find the Traveler!
Alright, hang on.
Uh-oh.
Wait! The fire seed! What happened?
It shattered.
I mean,
It was even more unstable than I expected.
But why? We barely used it!
I'm not sure. Perhaps the fire seed was only capable of protecting one person? But if I didn't use its power on everyone, there's no way of knowing where you could have been sucked into. And even if that's the case, there's no reason for it to simply shatter, unless...
Unless what?
Unless I was already in a weakened state when I created this fire seed. Which would be when we had first saved the desert.
Oh no.
Remember, because it technically wasn't you.
Wait, let's put that aside for a moment. If the fire seed has shattered, wouldn't that mean we came all this way for nothing? Oh, do you know what we should do now, Nahida? Oh, come on, Paimon, think!
Don't worry, Paimon. This is my responsibility. The fire seed is technically just a ball of highly concentrated elemental power. Although my elemental power is slightly different than that of elemental life forms, I gained a better understanding of it when I turned into a fungus. So, all I have to do is imitate that power, while adding some of my own. And I'll be able to do what the fire seed was supposed to.
You're gonna become the fire seed?
Yes. It'll take a lot of power from me, but it still won't be anything compared to when I was in the desert. I might, however, become even smaller.
What happens if you keep getting smaller?
Yeah, you are already the small character model. Is there one smaller? I mean, there's a Paimon size. Oh, don't you dare.
I'll become a blade of grass or a twig. Basically, I'll return to how I was first born.
Don't
I will be
delete
able to
yourself.
unleash power beyond my limits if I can reverse the process of growth.
But you'll lose everything. You'll not only lose your appearance, but you'll lose your emotions, memories, and who knows what else?
That's all right. None of that matters compared to the dangers that a Pep is facing right now.
No, wait! There has to be another way. Besides, what will Sumeru do if you turn into a twig?
Maybe you and the Traveler can plant me in the soil of Sumeru once it is all over. I can still communicate with the world through the forest. It's just that you won't be able to see me for some time.
You can't be serious. If the Traveler were here, he definitely wouldn't let you go through with it. If we knew this was how you were going to take responsibility, then we never would have agreed in the first place.
I'm sorry, Paimon, but we're out of options.
I wonder, is it somehow going to transport us to the past so we can plant her and she ends up becoming the divine tree that Sumeru City is built on? We've done that once already in Inazuma, where we ended up planting part of the Kitsune Sakura in the past to become the one in the present, and pretty much made it so that it already existed, or it always existed. That was a weird thing to do. I can see them doing it again, at least similarly for the Divine Tree, though.
Not all eagles who have fallen to the ground can soar in the sky once again. But if no risks are taken, then the eagle will be grounded forever.
No. Please, no, Nahida! The fire seed shattered, and she's...
I know. A sacrifice must be made, but not by the Lord of Dendro. We've all grown on this long journey. If the purpose of that growth was to return home, then our wishes have come true. Would you lend us your power?
You knew it would come to this. All the knowledge, language, and emotions that you have learned will be reverted into pure elemental energy. In your new homeland, nothing of who you were will remain. You won't be remembered by anyone. Is that truly the return you've always dreamed of?
Lord of Dendro, don't be sad. This is not your home. We go home. Lord of Dendro should also go home.
Oh, I guess we're helping.
Here it's
We do have Dendro power at the moment.
Feel our heartfelt desires. Awaken!
Oh, boss time! Warden of the Lost Oasis. The fuck is this? I can't even tell which part I'm supposed to be hitting.
Yes.
There are the leaves. Maybe. I'm just whacking it. I could probably be doing better, but evolved from an apocalyptic millennium. Wait, is there more? Oh, hi! Defeat monsters to advance the
Thank you
revitalization.
for protecting me with your elemental power. Goodbye. We may never meet again.
Ah,
I will wait for her
What was
no
that?
matter how long it takes. This is the agreement we
censored
made.
it. It might have had something to do with Forbidden Knowledge. Also, yeah, these are new enemy mobs. I haven't seen anything like that. Oh, one more? Look at the bar up top. Fills up as I take these guys out. I will become something. Okay. I do not know. We will find out what is and isn't good here. Yeah, it's like a biscuit. Oh, we're back to this fight. All right, cool.
I learned a wonderful word. It's Nur, which means light. It will be your name from now
Enter the shield of revivals.
on. Good. Sounds like
What? That? Okay. Understood. Yeah, now the boss battle is actually doing something. Oh, that's good. That I'm still gonna defeat this guy way too quickly for it to matter much. Boom! Oh, we got an achievement. Missed what it was called.
Hey! Can you hear Paimon? Say something! You fungi said that your form didn't matter, right? Then let us know that you're alright!
That's enough. Very sad.
Their knowledge,
Whoa.
memories, and emotions have been reverted to elemental power and released. They are no longer able to respond to you. The guardians that have accompanied me for countless eras have also transformed into my elemental power, just as they did. They will be born once again now that they're one. There's nothing to be sad about.
But that's different! They won't ever be the same.
Paimon, this is beyond
Paimon,
you.
we will never understand it, and it will never understand us. That's how it's destined to be. But as long as you can be healthy again, then nothing else matters to me, Apep. Sumeru will be free from threat as long as your health is maintained.
I thought that my rage would be kindled once my power returned to me. However,
Opposite, because
what I feel now is a feeling that has long eluded me. The feeling of peace.
there we go.
The forbidden knowledge influenced you ever since you were contaminated, greatly amplifying your hatred and rage.
Exactly.
Yes,
But
there's no denying that. Although my hatred for that usurper from beyond the heavens still stirs deep within me, destroying you and your people serves me no purpose. Be
Usurper
that
from
as it
beyond the
may,
heavens.
my position still stands, and I will have nothing to do with you.
yeesh.
When you inevitably perish due to your ever-expanding curiosity, I will still sneer and mock you in my heart.
Yeesh, who can put up with you?
I respect your decision, and with time, I will
Careful.
prove to you that we will not repeat our mistakes. Before you begin resting, there is one last thing I would like to know. How did you become affected by forbidden knowledge?
It's a long story. We all once believed in the distant past that only forbidden knowledge could give us enough power to defeat the heavenly principles. The Dragon King acquired the power of
Evil
darkness from outside of this world, and led us in a fight against the order established by the outsiders.
Dragon King?
An unimaginable war took place into that, causing destruction on an unprecedented scale. The world itself was on the verge of collapse. In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world, while the losers must turn into ash. But I didn't give up on searching for a way to turn the tides, even after the death of the Dragon King. As I attempted to collect more forbidden knowledge from the corners of the world, as it was on the verge of collapse, I was stopped by the giant spike that fell from the sky. Sand dunes arose where there was only forest, and it was as if even Sumeru itself was trying to tell me that the era of the dragons was over.
But you still didn't give up, did you? Because of Amun Al-Ahmar.
Yes. Al-Ahmar eventually obtained this power with the help of Nabu Malikata. His ambitions continued to grow, and he planned to establish a powerful kingdom in my domain. Although I didn't think much of him, I allowed his actions under one condition. The condition was that after his death, all the knowledge he came to accumulate would belong to me. At that time, I still harbored deep regrets. By the time the Dragon King finally returned, the world had irrevocably changed.
Just want to make sure Grace's timing is good.
Some of the dragons have grown close to your kind, and have forgotten all about our hatred from when the world was taken from us. And some died, leaving behind nothing but their bones, while others chose to flee after experiencing pain and agony. But for me, the scales and will of the Dragon King still shine bright in my heart, even to this day. I will follow it until the end of my time.
You really are insane.
Bwah!
When Alachmar's proud kingdom collapsed, I swallowed him whole as I agreed and absorbed his elemental power. However, what I gained was no benefit. No. I gained the apocalypse. I used up all my strength just trying to keep the pain under control. I had no energy to analyze the knowledge he had accumulated. But even then, I still believed that his insanity was far greater than that of my own.
I won't say struggling to keep track of what's going on here, but I've been distracted by other things along the way. Let's see. So, the dragons were in a war with the heavenly principles to take control of the world, and then those spikes descended and interrupted what they were doing? I think that's what it was. But, so it was an agreement that after Alachmar's, or King Deshret's reign came to an end, his kingdom fell, she would take it. Which makes sense that they called her Apep, because that definitely sounds Egyptian, and that Deshret's civilization was all Egyptian themed. So that's a good connection there. But okay, so she ate up all the forbidden knowledge without understanding that that's what was about to happen, and thus didn't understand any of it, just trying to keep the pain under control. Interesting. Sometimes they just gotta summarize when they fucking lore drop on us like this.
So that's how the apocalypse started.
I admit that I fell for his trap. I was like a final failsafe in his plan. Tiny Booer, and the rest of you, continue forward. I shall keep a watchful eye. How far will a life so dear and precious to the heavenly principles be able to go? I wonder.
Yeah.
Hey, looks like we've been sent back out. Still in one piece, too.
Oh, we haven't even moved from
The
this
dragon
spot.
will need to rest for a very long time before it is fully healthy again. It's not
I
as
literally just
ruthless
need
as
that
it
as a
was
set,
before.
so.
Curing the dragon of its illness has seemingly made it more open to reason.
Nobody's in a good mood when they're feeling sick. Even though we accomplished something really important, Paimon still doesn't feel happy for some reason.
Bringing everyone home was supposed to be a happy occasion, but it seems to have lost some of its meaning. Yeah, because you thought about it too much. Honestly, they succeeded in what they wanted to do. Be happy for that.
Indeed. Although they'll still have the chance to be born again, they've lost their memories of their journey and their feelings for their homeland.
They're part of the
Each opportunity for growth
We'll
is
develop
unique
those
in its
again.
own way. Perhaps the immense power we released was the pouring out of all these irreplaceable emotions that had built up over time.
Can you really call a place with no family your home?
Yes.
Family. Right! The Hydra fungus left behind its family. Those two fungi might be waiting for it to return.
Oh, yeah. Let's hurry and go take a look. How are we going to explain all the complicated things that happened?
Yeah, I tried to explain the complicated shit to the fungus. Now I'm curious, though, being that we're here. I go through here, or will you still turn me back? Map, it'll probably still turn me back. Oh, going in the back. Nope, still an invisible wall. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Yep. And they do the cool thing of actually showing footprints in the sand and whatnot. So you can see where the wall is. It's hilarious. Really, it's just a set piece. Alright, where are we going? All the way back to the starting point of this quest. Definitely not as close. Go here. As close as it actually is. Making me leftovers. I said from the beginning, your leftovers, and I was keeping the other leftovers.
They're still here! Have they really been waiting here all this time?
We're back. I'm sorry. I really am. But it's gone home and won't be able to return for a very long time. Don't be sad. It did it to protect you. Your happiness is more important to it than anything else in the world. It said that Noor is its most important family member.
Right.
That's your name, isn't it?
Oh, that was the name it was trying to remember.
No.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Wow. This is wonderful. So it has left traces of itself after all. They will definitely meet again. Someday.
How long did fungi live again? No idea.
Just go with it.
But hey, I think that... Yeah, quest complete. You were actually here for the whole quest.
Amazing.
Cool. Hour left in stream, so there's more for us, of course. Because the next thing will be Layla's hangout event, I guess. But what quest is supposed to bring me into the new area? Am I just supposed to go there? Will I get a quest when I go there?
What if all
I don't know.
the quests lead up to you actually going through
Well, no, that
the cave?
it wouldn't be through there. Like,
cave.
because that was happening here. I
Well,
think
maybe. I mean,
we were
supposed to
we were
go-
in this cave and it went to about here.
Well, is with the next
Where that
quest being the unknown spot, or that's just
Well, the I don't know where that quest will bring me. I'm assuming it won't bring me anywhere new because the hangout events don't usually. But this is the whole new map area, and nothing brought us there. So maybe when I actually go this way, it'll give me a world quest or something. But the hangout event will come first, and after that, on stream, I'll head into the new area just to see if there is a quest it'll give me. And if such, then I'll continue. But before we start this hangout event, here. Oh, what's the achievement? What? Defeat the Guardian of Apep's Oasis without any character being attacked by aftershocks of the apocalypse. Oh yeah, that only turned up once, and I saw the notice saying, "Hey, get in this shield.
Okay.
That'll avoid damage." So that was a very easy one to get. Okay. I was expecting a story achievement. Also, yeah, there's new achievements for the new area. Yeah, I was expecting a story one up here. I guess not. All right. Well, I'm gonna mute for a second, guys, because Grace has to go.
Bye.
All right, I'm back, and Grace is on her way to the bus. Yeah, weird timing. Not once she gets her car fixed, it'll be on her time. But, a wonderful weekend with her. We saw the Mario movie yesterday. Got some Cheesecake Factory after that. Very good times. Figure out where we're going. I wasn't expecting that quest to only take 2 hours.
Collapse session
Cool.
1 for real.
Oh. Damn it. Yeah, for real. Would have been perfect time. I did have D&D. Yeah, no, if I did actually have D&D tonight, I would have actually signed out right now, but our DM got scheduled to work closing today. Very last minute, so, should probably up? We'll go here. Very last minute, so they had to cancel. Quite annoying! But we'll eventually have that real first session. So yeah, that means we get a bit more time to stream, another 45 minutes or so. Layla. Oh, Layla, right.
Oh, we meet again.
The chronically
Sorry,
tired
but
character.
I don't really have time to chat right now.
Are you gonna sleep? We first met her during the event with the fungi battles. I don't remember how much of that I streamed. Or if I streamed it. So I honestly don't remember. No, I must have streamed that one. I think I remember making details. Right, but this is a hangout event. So we will always start the first run with the first option. Top option usually is 3. Oh, that's not what the hearts usually mean. That's a different thing. So we don't want that to go up. What's wrong?
I was originally looking up some information at the House of Dana, but the more I read, the more I realized that my
Talks way too
thesis is
slowly.
horribly lacking.
Great! Being long tortured by her anxious thoughts, Layla's stress value shows her current mental state. The value will fluctuate as the story progresses. Appraise the situation carefully before making your choice.
I should have been done with the first draft of my thesis by now, but I've barely written a third.
Okay, so what are you planning to do now?
Well, I guess I have to keep looking up as much info as possible. I shouldn't give up now. But who am I kidding? Maybe I'm not cut out to be a researcher. Maybe I shouldn't have come to the academia in the first place. All I've done is cause trouble for my advisor and classmates. I should probably notify my advisor sooner than later, so he can focus his attention on the other students. No, I don't even have the guts to bring it up, and I haven't completely given up yet.
Also, has anyone told you you don't know how to wear a hood yet? It's on half of your head. Actually, more like 3/4 of your head. How does that even work? Is it held up there by whatever that tiara-like thing is? An headband? Crown? I don't know what to call that. Circlet? That's closer, I think. Who designed this character? Cheer up, things probably aren't as bad as you think they are.
To be honest, I haven't slept a wink for days. Just thinking about the awful state of my thesis
keeps me up at night. Lack of sleep hinders my ability to focus, and if I can't focus, I can't do any proper research or thinking. Ugh, I'm stuck in a vicious cycle. I've seen the caliber of the other academia students. They're all geniuses and fast learners. I'm nowhere near as gifted as they are. Oh, if it wasn't for someone who's been helping me out, my advisor probably would have kicked me out of the Darshan by now.
Is this someone a good friend of yours?
No. All my friends are back home. I'm the only one who got to come study at the academia.
We're clearly not
This might
cut out
sound
for this.
strange, but I actually don't know who's
What?
been helping me. I don't even know if they're a person or not.
What?
Due to my lack of sleep, I sometimes get dizzy and faint when I'm stressed out.
It's that bad, huh?
Yeah, but oddly enough, when I wake up, all the things I was stressing over are taken care of. My
What?
homework's somehow finished before the deadline, and my papers are perfectly written. But that's not all. My flowers are watered, laundry's done, even my broken camera was fixed.
What?
I really don't know what's going on, but for now, I'm calling the phenomenon
We're really slow!
a blessing from the stars. Maybe the stars above decided to help out after seeing all the effort I put into my research. If that's even possible.
No, I think your conscious mind can't deal with the stress of living, but your unconscious mind can. So you just pass out and then do things without realizing it. Because when you're not stressing about it, then you have the ability to do it. And in order not to stress about it, you can't be conscious. And if this theory turns out to be correct, then I'll be fucking laughing. Maybe I'll laugh as slow as you speak, just to make a point. Ahem. That sounds pretty extraordinary.
But there's no point in me studying at the academia if I keep relying on this
If I laugh as slow as she
mysterious
speaks, I'd end up
phenomenon.
doing a Titus
It
laugh.
comes down to my own efforts, improving one step at a time. How else can I honor my parents and live up to the expectations of everyone who knows me?
That makes sense. The effort you put in is equally important.
Oh no, I've already spent too much time chatting. I still haven't made much headway on my thesis. At this rate, I'll need the Wisdom Sealy's help.
You just said you wanted to rely on your own efforts.
Yes, but time's of the essence, so I have to take what I can get. Oh, sorry. I'm just making excuses. But the Wisdom Sealy is truly amazing and freely shares its endless knowledge. If you want its help, all you have to do is write down your question and you'll get a response a short while later.
Look, you already had the Akasha. Is this just a longer way of doing just that? You know, so it's not directly into your brain, it's just, you know, using an actual computer? Can Sealy's even do something like that?
No one knows who or what it actually is. It's just known as the Wisdom Sealy. But getting an answer all comes down to the Sealy's mood. Sometimes it'll only give you a vague answer or play tricks on you. I'm pretty sure a researcher wouldn't do something like that. All I can do right now is hope that it helps me.
What about the blessing from the stars?
Who knows if it'll happen this time? I can't put all my eggs in one basket.
Fair.
Trying my luck with another phenomenon is better than doing nothing.
Sounds a little sketchy, but I'll go check it out with you. Oh, okay, so this looks like the first split. We go check it out or we don't, so yeah.
Oh, really? But I don't want to take up your time.
It's fine. I don't have anything else going on.
Sorry for the bother. You're too kind. Okay, let's go give it a try. I've already prepared my question for the Seelie. I just hope it can help me get through this predicament. Among the countless legends surrounding the House of Dana, the Wisdom Seelie is one of the more popular ones lately. It hasn't been around for long, but word of the Seelie's existence spread like wildfire. Many people have claimed that they've received a reply from it. So, it should probably help me as well, right?
You're so slow. You just call its name and it appears?
I don't know
Or
its
summoning
name,
ritual.
and we have to keep our voices down in the House of Dana. Or else you'll get some scary glares from the Mahamada. Let's split up and ask around about the Seelie. Hopefully someone knows something more.
Okay. Show me if that was a split. It's a separate area.
Excuse me?
Oh, hey, we're
Have
actually
you
showing two
ever
characters
heard
in
of the
one
Wisdom
shot.
Seelie?
You've come to the right person. I came across this legend not too long ago myself. After hearing about it, I decided to test it out and ask it a question about the brightness of the stars. 2 days later, I got a response. It included 2 pages of detailed and accurate information. It saved me from having to look up a ton of resources.
Really?
Yeah, so I submitted another question a few days ago. I still haven't received a reply, though.
That sounds like what others have said. But I don't have the time to wait for a reply. The Seelie doesn't answer right away. Whatever. Can you please tell me how to submit a question to the Wisdom Seelie?
Simple. Go to the bookshelf over there and find either theoretical astrology or a quick reference guide to astrology cases.
Oh, I know where those are. My Darshan has us use those 2 books quite often.
Okay, so write your question in a letter addressed to the Wisdom Seelie, and then insert the letter into one of the books. Come back in a day or 2, and if you see a red stamp on your letter, that means the Wisdom Seelie has replied. However, if the stamp never appears, then that means the Seelie doesn't want to answer your question.
I see. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go write down my question. Hopefully the Seelie replies.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Finally, I wrote out my question and put it in the book.
What do we do now?
Wait, I guess. Let's give it some time.
Alright, let me just pop
I'll
into my
come back
meditation
tomorrow
state.
to check on it. Don't worry about me if you have other things to do.
I'll come with you. I'm not worried.
I see. Thanks. I appreciate it. Alright then, let's meet up here tomorrow. I really hope the silly replies.
Next day, you and Layla return to the same bookshelf. Good. You didn't make me do it on my own.
Time to look at the letter. Please let there be a stamp. Please let there be a stamp. There's a red stamp on it. The silly responded. Fantastic.
You look better already. Hey!
This is wonderful. My troubles are at an end.
You haven't read it yet.
Let's take a look at what it wrote. Thank you for your letter. Though I have extended a response, I cannot answer your query due to your questionable motives.
What?
Questionable motives? Me? Wait, huh? Okay, let's see. Completing a thesis requires independent thought and work. You planned on using my knowledge to complete your paper's most critical portions. That's not right. However, considering that your deadline is fast approaching, and that there is substance to the content in the completed sections of your thesis, I've decided to help you nonetheless.
Interesting.
Follow the hints I've
It's just
left,
another version
and
of research.
You will
It
find
shouldn't be
the
questionable.
answer to your question. Consider the effort you put into thinking and searching as your payment for my knowledge.
Okay, these are not questionable motives. Asking someone for help is a valid method of research in any topic. If you don't know how to find what you're looking for, ask someone for help. They will direct you in the right direction. That's what's happening here. They were just convoluted in the way of saying so. Makes no sense to me.
What the... It's
Yep, it's back.
absolutely right about everything. Oh, I'm starting to feel guilty now. I can't deny any of it. But I'm running out of time. Oh, what should I do?
I mean, it is helping you still, right? I'll search for the answer with you.
Huh? I could tell you're a very kind person, but I never expected that you'd go this far to help me.
Look, it was an answer in a list,
I'll
lady. What do you
definitely
want?
think of a way to make it up to you once I take care of my thesis.
Don't worry about it. Just another day in the life of an adventurer.
Okay, let's start by looking at the hint it left us. It should be on the second page. The first clue lies hidden on the road of wisdom. The headstrong child finally sees the world for how big it truly is, filled with awe, yet struck with fear.
What?
That's it? Not even a picture or any other marking to go off of. This is pretty abstract. What's
Making you
this
think.
road of wisdom and who's the child?
Wisdom is probably referring to the academia.
Possibly. That sounds like a natural conclusion. So, is the road of wisdom the road that leads to the academia then? Wait, I think I get what it means by the child and awe and fear. When I first left home, it took me days to reach Sumeru City. It was so grand and awe-inspiring. After seeing the city, a thought popped into my head. Am I really worthy of this place?
Yeah, I skipped through those lines because I already read them by the time she got halfway through. You speak so fucking slowly. And that's the fear?
Worry, fear, or whatever you want to call it. If I'm connecting the dots correctly, then I think I know where the Sealy is leading us. But how does it know my feelings so well?
Maybe it wasn't referring to you specifically. People who come to Sumeru City from elsewhere might often have similar feelings.
You have a point. There's nothing special about my background or experiences. It could be anyone's.
There's
Anyway,
something special about the way you
let's go
dress.
take a look.
You're a main character, so you get a unique model. You have come from here. I was expecting to be on a road.
Oh, we should be close. This is the way I came when I first traveled to Sumeru City. Aw, it's been way too long since I last visited home. No, this isn't the time for that kind of talk. We have to hurry and find the clues that the Sealy left behind.
It's a pretty big area.
It is. Relying solely on what the Sealy said might not be viable. Assuming the Sealy is intentionally linking the clues to my past, I think I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
So this is a little embarrassing. At that time, the sight of Sumeru City was absolutely mesmerizing. I was anxious, but also excited about all the things to come. I was distracted and accidentally stepped on an Avidia leopard's tail.
The price of being distracted.
I didn't notice it at all. The poor thing was sound asleep, and after I stepped on its tail, it bolted straight up. I freaked out and ran as fast as I could. There were actually more Avidia leopards sleeping nearby, and they were all faster than me. I almost got bitten a couple of times. Good thing someone from the Eremites heard me shouting for help. They managed to scare off the leopards.
Good thing you weren't hurt.
Yeah, but when I finally managed to calm myself down, I noticed that the talisman my mother had made for me was missing. It's extremely precious to me. Ever since I was little, I would always carry it with. I also had it with me when the academia conducted its selection exam at my village. I feel much more at ease knowing that I have it with me. I had thought that it would also help me, but I ended up losing it before I even finished registration at the academia.
I can sympathize with your feeling of loss.
Yeah, and that's when I started having sleeping problems.
Oh.
I just began to sleep less and less each day.
Look, if we fix
Losing
your
a
sleeping
talisman
problems,
like
will
that
you
is definitely a bad
speed up
omen.
your speech?
Oh, sorry. I'm starting. I think we should look around where the Avidia leopards attacked me. If the Sealy is trying to make. Hope the Sealy's clue wasn't also torn to shreds by Avidia leopards.
Let's look around first.
Yeah, that's the only way we'll know for sure.
On, so fucking slowly.
Oh, we should be close. Sure enough, it's here. And in a really obvious place. That pretty much confirms my hunch about the Sealy's intentions.
Seems like the Sealy really knows you well. It knows you really well.
I don't know. But how did it know about all these details? I've hardly told anyone about this stuff. It's not hiding somewhere and spying on me, is it? Oh, that's a scary thought. Anyway, let's look at the clue we found. Seems like you haven't forgotten about your very first failure.
That's a way to
See?
start.
It knows everything.
This might be too much, even for the wisdom ceiling.
Aw, I have no idea what's going on. No wonder the Celia is becoming legendary. Let's keep reading the clue. Ahem. I've placed the second clue where heaven meets water. The answer, seemingly amongst the stars, was ultimately washed to some unremarkable place downstream. Oh, just as I thought. It's something to do with me again.
You got the meaning?
If the first clue was any indication, then the location described in this clue should also be related to my life experiences. Most Ratawahist research is related to studying the stars. My own thesis work often requires me to go in the field and collect astrological data. And, let's just say there's another devastating and unforgettable failure I had.
Should we still keep following these clues?
But that can't be helped, right? We do many things not because we want to, but because we have to. Let's keep moving. It might be hard to believe, but being out and about is making me feel a lot better than usual.
Why'd your anxiety go up?
Let the show begin.
Where are we going? Oh, back here.
We're here. That's the spot. That's where I performed my first field observation.
The fungi are
after
still there.
enrolling at the academia. I borrowed some equipment from the school and came here on a perfectly clear day. Everything was ready to go, and I was positive that I'd be able to get some great data. But the equipment was a little heavy, and I didn't notice that the ground was muddy and some spots were unstable. After I finished setting up everything, part of the ground suddenly shifted, and my equipment started teetering over. I rushed over to grab hold of it, but I ended up tripping over another piece of equipment. The next thing I knew, everything was covered with muddy water. Oh, me and all my equipment. You must be wondering how someone can be so clumsy.
Anime writing. It's really it. No one's really that clumsy in real life. It's anime writing. Oh, not really.
You wouldn't be wrong for thinking that. I don't sleep much, so I get lightheaded pretty often. It's a vicious cycle. The less I sleep, the more mistakes I make. The more mistakes I make, the harder it is for me to sleep.
So what happened afterwards? Were you injured?
I just got a minor fracture.
So yes.
So I had to rest at B. Marston for a while. To pay off the damages to the equipment, I took some part-time jobs. I just went to work whenever I couldn't sleep. It took me forever to pay off what I owed.
Don't tell me your insomnia got worse after that.
Bingo. The pressure from my studies and debt was crushing me, and I didn't want to tell my family about any of it. After all, I am the legendary Layla who made it into the academia at a young age. And had never failed an assignment in her life.
Ever consider taking a break?
Of course. I I've even considered giving up on my studies completely and returning home to help care for the Sumter beast, but that would be kind of embarrassing.
You go that.
I don't mean that I'd be embarrassed in front of others. I mean that I'd be ashamed of myself. After all, everything I've done up till now is only a result of my own decisions. Although, it hasn't always been smooth sailing, and sometimes things don't go my way. I made it this far on my own. There haven't been any major incidents with my studies, and I even managed to pay off the equipment damages. But I guess I'm exaggerating a bit. Most of it is still due to the help of some unknown person rather than my own work.
Your parents would feel bad if they knew what you were going through.
And that's exactly why they mustn't ever find out. Once I finally managed to act... Anyways, let's continue looking for the next clue. It should be around here somewhere. An unremarkable place downstream was the description.
He speaks so fucking slowly.
That place downstream could be somewhere close by.
Boom.
Here, it's over here. Good thing it's dry. I was worried the message might be... Let's see. Have you found it? The unremarkable place downstream. Well, of course. How else could I be reading this message? Seriously. I've placed the third hint at a crossroad without a cross. You can turn left or right, but turning back shouldn't be an option.
Feels like the clues are getting more and more vague.
They're actually getting clearer for me. I was sort of expecting this even before I read the message. I don't know if the clues are following a timeline or if they're based on the amount of regret I have. Either way, this incident was bound to come up sooner or later.
Sounds like this is getting personal. Is this Sealy stalking you?
Would someone really go to all this trouble just to pull off some prank?
You set this up in just one
I
day.
can't make heads or tails of it. Anyway, just follow me. I'll save the story for when we get there.
Okay, keep going. Down here. Matter what direction I go.
This is the place that immediately came to mind when the hint mentioned a crossroad. I came here to conduct some astrological observation once. Everything went smoothly on the way, and I thought I was starting to get used to life at the academia. But just as I was about to set up the observation equipment, I heard a strange sound coming from nearby. I made my way here and discovered a bunch of bandits robbing someone. They were a group of treasure hoarders, and the family that was being mugged looked completely helpless. They definitely wouldn't have been able to escape, and simply handing over their Mora might not have been enough to make the bandits go away. Not exactly. I already had a vision by that time. Someone with a vision should technically be really powerful, right? Handling a group of treasure hoarders should be well within my abilities. However, I didn't know how to channel the power of the elements to fight at that time, and I was super scared. I wielded immense power, but I didn't feel any stronger than just an ordinary person. Then I ran away. I scrambled towards Sumeru City looking for help. Eventually, I managed to return with a few adventures I ran into along the way. It took longer than I had hoped, and by the time we made it back here, the treasure hoarders and the family were gone. I don't know if the family only lost their belongings in the end, or if something worse happened to them. I faced a lot of problems after coming to Sumeru City, but this incident is one that I regret the most. I sat on the ground and began to cry. I could have stepped in to help that family. Would it have ended differently if I were just a little braver?
You did the right thing. You can't solve every problem with just courage alone. Being rational is just as important.
Aw, thank you for trying to comfort me, but I can't stop myself from thinking that way. It's just as the silly said. Turning back shouldn't be an option. However, I can't help but think about running away whenever I'm faced with a challenge.
The Sealy probably wants to do more than just criticize you for the past. Why don't you try facing your challenge head on?
You're right. The more challenging it gets, the harder I should try. I'm feeling calmer now. Okay. Let's go look for more leads nearby. We're probably getting close now. Let's search this area.
There you are.
Here it is, just as I thought. The Sealy must have placed it here in advance. Let's see what we have this time.
A picture. The house.
Huh? It's a picture?
So it's not a riddle this time?
Guess not. This house looks like it's in Vimara Village. Does the
Finally said it out
Sealy
loud.
want us to go there?
I've been calling it Vimara Village this whole time, but someone has finally said it out loud, so I know it's Vimara Village. Maybe some sort of trap is waiting for us there.
I can't think of any connection I have with Vimara Village, though. I've only been there once, and it was pretty uneventful. Whatever the case, the only way we'll know is if we go there.
Just be sure not to push yourself too hard. You only got one pip left on that thing, and then you pass out.
Thanks, but I'm fine. I'm used to pushing my limits. I know how far I can go.
It's not a good thing.
this should be the place. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Maybe the Silly didn't prepare anything for us this time. Or does it want us to knock on the door first? If we're wrong about this, it'll be super awkward.
Layla, calm down.
You're right. I can't always be like this. Sometimes it's better to take action than overthink every little thing. Hello? Is anyone home?
Coming! Just a moment. Oh, it's you, Layla. How nice of you to stop by again.
Do you know me?
That's no way to greet a friend. Of course I know you. Is this a friend of yours? Or perhaps a classmate?
A friend. I'm having a little trouble with my thesis and we happened to be passing by.
What's going on, Layla?
I don't know either. I don't even know where to begin. I recognized him immediately. He's one of the people that was getting robbed by the treasure hoarders. But he shouldn't know anything about me. He shouldn't even know who I am.
You said you've been to Vimara Village once.
Yeah, but that was before the robbery. I was just passing through. Even if he saw me, he wouldn't know who I am. He didn't notice me during the robbery.
Is something the matter?
I have an idea.
I appreciate your kindness, but I really can't remember how we met. I'm sorry.
So you aren't joking? Do you still remember when my family and I were being robbed by a gang of treasure hoarders?
Yes, but I don't think I was of much help to you all.
How so? You told us everything yourself the last time we met. My family and I were surrounded by treasure hoarders, and I didn't know what to do. But then, we heard people approaching in the distance. Those treasure hoarders were the first to hear them coming and started to flee the moment they sensed the situation wasn't going their way. They didn't even bother taking anything with them. I wasn't sure what had happened, but the treasure hoarders were scared off. I immediately grabbed my wife and child and got out of there.
Oh, I see. I'm so glad that you...
I thought it was a party of adventurers that happened to pass by, but later you told me that you had spotted us and ran to find help. You were amazing. You managed to keep a level head even in the midst of danger. I know you have a vision, so those treasure hoarders wouldn't have been a match for you. But they might have harmed me and my family if their backs were pushed against the wall.
Wait, that's not exactly what happened. I still regret not helping out sooner. Anyway, when did I come here last? I don't seem to remember.
Yeah, she definitely has an unconscious personality.
It's been some time, but not too long ago. I don't recall exactly when. What's wrong? Nothing's coming to mind?
Nope. I'm sorry. I still can't seem to remember, even after everything you've told me. Maybe I'm just under too much pressure.
You came over and ate with us, and you played games with my son. If only we had taken a picture. Oh, you forgot a package here from that visit. You'll definitely remember once you see it. Wait here, I'll go fetch it.
A package? I left a package here? Wait, this is it.
Oh, it's her talisman.
This is the talisman that I lost, the one that my mother made for me.
What the... Is it really the same one you lost?
Yes, this is definitely it. She made it herself. It's the only one of its kind. There's also a letter here. Was I planning to send it to someone? Let's see who the recipient is. To Layla?
I'm assuming you aren't in the habit of writing letters to yourself.
No. I swear I've never done anything like that. What is going on? Let's open it and see what this is all about. Hello, Layla. It must have been quite the endeavor to follow the Sealy's hints all the way here.
What?
Great work. Self-reflection is a wonderful quality to possess, but you'll only end up hurting yourself if you overdo it. Failure is a stranger to no one. The purpose of self-reflection is not to indulge in the pain of failure, but to succeed in your next attempt.
Oh, that's a
If you're
good
reading
line.
this letter, then you have succeeded in taking the first step. On the back of this letter is the core information that your thesis is lacking. It's actually been done for a while now. It only feels inconclusive because it's missing a concise summary to tie it all together. I hope that this journey has provided insight for your life ahead. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you courage as you carry onward and hope that you fulfill the expectations you hold. Always watching over you. Sincerely, the Wisdom Sealy. Oh. I thought we were going to fail. I thought that everything we did and all the time we spent was for nothing. But the Sealy wasn't messing with me after all.
Could it be that the Wisdom Sealy is you?
I doubt it. I mean, unless I somehow came here while I was unconscious and don't remember it. Although, having said that, I have heard rumors claiming that I sleepwalk a lot. But even then, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm actually the Wisdom Sealy. It could have just helped me while I was sleepwalking.
Either way, it's safe to say it's related to the blessing from the stars. Am I right? Was I right about this the whole time? Could your sleepwalking self be the one who's doing all the work?
I'll
Oh wow,
back
dropped
and
two of
ask
them.
to meet with the Sealy and see how it responds. Even though I still have a lot of questions, this experience was fruitful enough. If it wasn't for your encouragement, I probably would have quit halfway through and holed up in the academia somewhere. Perseverance really does pay off.
I'm not sure if I understand what has happened, but it's something good, right?
Oh yeah, you're
It's
still here.
something really, really good, and I'm very thankful for it.
Well then, since you're already here, why don't you stay and have something to eat? We just finished preparing some food. Come on, don't be a stranger. Your friend should join us as well. You can leave your troubles until after the meal. You must relax and gather your strength so you can take on the challenges ahead, am I right?
He's right.
Alright,
Hey,
thank you
all gone.
I can do this.
Secret of the Sealy? Price to pay and its returns. I wish you courage as you carry onward and hope that you'll fulfill the expectations you hold. Oh look, two characters who didn't appear until now. That was cool. Oh, it's not even... That's not even the guy who lives here. What the fuck?
There's a lot of great stuff here. Don't miss out.
Sure. Alright. Yeah, there's 6 endings. Can I zoom out? Okay, so there was one split from the beginning. good. We'll probably do that next time. Another split from here. That's I think that's where we decided not to whether or not we follow the Celia's guidance. Like, oh, is it a trick? Oh, there's another one up here. This one is we should continue onward or we should take a rest. So we'll start here next time because that'll be quickest to that ending. Then we'll go back here, do this one, and then we'll go all the way back to the beginning and do whatever this branch brings us to. There's 1, 2, 3 on that branch. There'll be 3 on this branch too. Okay. Interesting. But yeah, it's about time to be done, so I should head back to the city. And, oh, yes, I meant to point something out. Point this out. The Tree of Dreams. Remember that it never reached the max? It finally did. This update finally gave it the last bit unlocked. I went and unlocked it already, got all the stuff. The tree kind of bloomed while we were there. That would have been nice to see, but meh. It was worth getting everything. Which means that now the treasure shop is now open for using the rest of the stuff. Which I didn't use all of it yet, and I'm going to get more in the new area. Which, I was expecting the story to bring us there, but I guess not. So yeah, after...